Hi and welcome. My name is Johnny Fragan. I'm from All Total Coaching. What I want to talk to you today is why majority of women today in the West will fail with men dismally again and again and again. And today I'll reveal the reasons why they will fail. But before we start, a book's coming up very soon. How to Be a Man, What Your Father Never Taught You. In this book, we explain in details what the media and all the outlets all over the world don't want you to know. Manhood. What is a man and how to be a man? Women, relationships and sex. Media manipulation, indoctrination via the movies. Health, food and exercise and why it's so important. Money, wealth, what you need to know, what you're not taught at school. Value, what it is and why it's so important. How to overcome the biggest phenomena in our generation of depression and fear. As some of you may be aware, my friend committed suicide here a few weeks back. And if you don't understand how to overcome depression and fear, you may be another statistic. Not that I'm wishing this on anybody, but it is the truth. And last but not least, I talk about feminism, the real truth, and I talk about issues of the family court that very few people are aware, and once they're aware of it, it's usually too late. So today we're going to talk about why most Western women in the West will fail dismally with men. For starters, it's the media. They created an image of a man that doesn't exist. And like a lot of people that know me, sometimes I say to people, or especially women, have you found Superman? And why do I use that terminology? As much as it's funny, it's true, because they're looking for a man that doesn't exist. He has to have 6 abs, he has to be charming, he has to not to work hard, he has to have this business, he has to have this business, and this business, and this is a man that doesn't exist. Feminism is drummed in the head of women via social media, via mainstream media, by all these outlets about this perfect man that doesn't exist. What a lot of women don't realize, that man doesn't exist. It's a fantasy. It's an illusion, and I'll tell you why. Even if a man like this exists, women have got a biological urge to test men again and again and again. And whether you like it or not, women are going to fail at some of these tests. And why? Because sometimes we don't even know their tests. And then a woman slowly, if the man fails the test again and again, she will say to herself, I don't know what I've found in him. And she will say sooner or later, you've changed. And the reason the man's changed, it's not because he's changed, because your feeling has changed. Because you continuously test him and test him and test him and test him and test him. And if you continue to test him, sooner or later he will fail. And that's why your feeling has changed. He hasn't changed. It's just you've got a constant need to have validation and constant need to test him to see how strong he is. And that's a problem. Also, you've been brainwashed by the movies and the love stories. How love should be, and the music and the songs and the sunsets and all that, and how he says the right thing. And because you've been drawn like this since you're a little child, you actually believe the man is going to come and say the right word, in the right setting, in the right pose, in the right restaurant, and sweep you off your feet so you're going to have the butterflies. I mean, it's all great to have these butterflies, but I don't care who you meet, those butterflies won't last forever. And if you don't find that man and hooking up when you're younger, darling, you're going to be ending up sooner or later with cats. Laugh now. You'll be looking down Coles or Woolworths or whatever for the cat food. Now, I've got nothing against cats for that matter, but I hope you got the drill. But if not, email me, I'll explain to you what's going to happen. Because I know many women in that particular predicament. Because they always thought there's somebody better. And here's another reason. A man may make a mistake with you, or whatever, he said the wrong thing, or he didn't turn up on time, he was a bit late, and then you go to your committee and ask for advice. He did this and that. Most of your girlfriends are the ones to bring you down because they're jealous. You know it, and I know it. Most men don't know it, But most women know intuitively that most of their girlfriends cannot see their friends happy. There's a woman now dating a man that I know for quite a while. And I said to her about this issue about jealousy, and she said to me, "You're right. The more you tell your friends, female friends, how happy you are with this particular man, it kills them inside. It kills them inside." And believe it or not, some of those so-called girlfriends will do everything in their power to sabotage your relationship. So you may think they're after your benefit, but I've got news for you. Majority of them are not. Okay? And they will install in you all sorts of ideas why you should break up. You deserve better, girl. You can deserve because she's jealous. Or because she's bored by herself, she's got nobody to go with. So she does everything in her power to sabotage the relationship, so she can go out with you. But guess what? The moment she meets a man she really likes, do you think she's going to answer your calls? Think about what I just said. A lot of women have got the perception that if they want a successful man, they presume that we men want a successful woman too. It's not necessarily the case. We men want a feminine woman. We want a woman that's feminine, not aggressive. And the majority of women are out there to get you. And this is why sometimes you meet a man that actually you want, and he never rings you because you're too aggressive. You're not feminine. You dress aggressively. You talk aggressively. You speak aggressively. You talk about your exes constantly, how you fixed them up or you manipulated them. And the man in the back of his mind, he says to himself, "Shit, what did I get myself into?" Also, think about if you're in a good mood. If you keep complaining and complaining and complaining on a date with a man, why do you think he's going to want to be with you? Think about it. If you met a man that complains and complains, would you want to be with him? Of course not. Think about it. What I just said. Being aggressive, talking about past issues, continuously testing the man. And if you've got a good man, there's very few good ones of them. Why do you need to constantly test him and pressure him against the wall and push him against the wall so eventually he'll snap and say, "It's not worth it"? Why? And then you wonder and you sit there and you say to yourself, why do I always attract the man I don't want, and the ones I want don't want me? Because you keep pushing the good ones away. You keep sabotaging yourself. You say you don't like drama, but you're looking for drama. And this is what you sabotage yourself again and again and again. And then you put the victim hat on because you're sabotaging yourself. Just relax and stop listening to the lies of the media and your jealous girlfriends. And just relax for once in your life. And if you've got a good man that he really enjoys your company and wants something with you, why do you constantly sabotage it again and again and again? And then you go and cry, "Hey, where are the good men gone?" You know why I've called the good men gone? They left. Because they don't want mental cases. Because we all men heard about mental women. And if you come into that category of the mental woman, I've got news for you. He will disappear. Because good men and strong men disappear quickly from drama. The losers and the manjanas, you'll attract by the dozen all over Tinder and Bumble and Plenty of Fish and Harmony and all that. But how many dates have you gone out with men that are broken, are losers? You don't want them. So why, when you meet a really good man, you're pushing him away and constantly testing, constantly pushing him away? And then you wonder why you're eating chips and you're eating ice cream and patting a cat at 7:30 at night. You deserve better. And more than anything, sometimes you have to let things slide. I have a woman friend of mine that confides in me, and she said to me, "He annoys me, this fellow he's with." I said, sometimes let things slide. Ask yourself a question. Is it that important that he put his shoes there or there in the long, big grand of things? No, it's not. Because most big fights happen from small ones. But if you continuously create drama from little things, the man at a certain point will say to himself, "Is the headache worth it?" Okay? So in order to have any relationship to work, you have to let things slide. For men too, don't get me wrong. But let things slide. Don't be a drama queen. And this is why most women in the West will fail with women. I know some of you can add to that. Why don't you put in the email, in the description below things that you can add to this so we can learn together. And tell women the real truth. Because mainstream media will tell them, you go girl, you deserve better girl. Till they get to 35, 40, and by then, their best friend is chips, ice cream, and the cat. I leave the rest to your imagination. Thank you very much for listening. Look us up at www.alltotalcoaching.com. I can change your life. The question is, do you want to? Or are you going to keep doing the same thing again and again and again and expecting a different result? And at the end of the day, you're putting the victim hat on. Change. It's your life. If you don't do something different, why would you expect anything different to happen? Thank you very much for listening. As always, you know who I am? I'm your friend, Johnny Forget.